Hey everyone, welcome back to GameMobile HDgraphic Channel. Gacha game, anime game, and also AFK or autoplay game RPG is looking good and eventually get a better optimization from so many aspects, like a ratio to gain a higher tier hero quality through gacha and of course graphic preference. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 10 Best Gacha Games 2025 Android Autoplay AFK Games RPG for Mobile 2025. Project Sailor. This is one of the best gacha games on mobile. The first impression that attracted me so much is how clear and clean the color is, with the great brightnesses and less bloom effect making the visual look way more detailed. The game is not so heavy, even we can see the far view distance of the panorama, but the game is running pretty stable. Project Sailor is a new anime RPG game with a turn-based system. It will let the player play in a strategy by being concerned about some indicator. Every hero will need some skill points or SP before unleashing the skill. There are so many actions from every character. It's about 4 of the basic attack, regular skill, ultimate skill, and also support skill. Once the gauge meta reaches the limit, then the player can unleash a combination attack to cause a break condition to the enemy, and it will cause a huge damage number. Right now the voiceover is not finished yet. I really hope the developer will add these features to represent the actual characteristic of every hero. I got 2 of the epic heroes freely through our first 10 summons, best autoplay games for Android and iOS 2025. 7th Night, Rebirth. I have a high conviction if this game will become the most played game on mobile, especially in this genre which is AFK Games RPG and also autoplay game Android. It will reach more than 1 million within less than 1 month, I guarantee about it. Every time the developer announced the beta testing, it's always full of participants. No wonder the game was the next sequel of one of the most popular idle game gacha games, which is 7th Night series. But the developer made it even way better from so many aspects, especially by the animation, visualization, and how the character design now. This aspect is enough to attract the veteran player to replay it again. The game's combat mechanism is exactly the same. Every character will have 2 main skill actions, and there is no energy need. The cooldown will count by a number. Then you are able to release the skill. As I mentioned before, the animation is the main point they are focusing on, with a high attention to detail and impressive showcase skill. It will easily attract you even more. We will get so many free 4 stars hero at the beginning, and it will help the player to pass through the earlier stage. Silver and Blood. This game is really good and special. I would say if this is the best gacha game RPG on mobile right now. Seriously, you will get a very good character through your first gacha, and you can imagine. On my first 10 pulls, I got 2 SSR heroes and a bunch of SR heroes. What a game. I am sure no gacha game can stand against it by the gacha rate indicator. Let's see how the gameplay. It will represent a dark fantasy theme and dominate by 2 main colors, which is black and red. The game's combat mechanism is full of auto combat, especially on the basic attack, but the player needs to tap the skill manually and drag to a certain target as you like. Each of the skill will have a different pattern skill area, which make the range become so varieties. The skill animation only show one time, then once you reuse it again, then it will launch faster without any special animation, which is really good to save your time a lot. Silver and Blood is the best no pay to win gacha game Android. Star Guardian Pegasus. This game is really good as an official game because the UI looks so similar within the other unofficial games on mobile like a Pokemon, Digimon, and many gacha games. But honestly, this is one of the best Senseiya games on mobile because we have never seen any title about this series. Anyway, it's one of the legendary anime in the movie. The game's combat mechanism is pretty simple. Seriously, we don't have to touch any single button. All of the action will play automatically each time the hero successfully lands some hit to the enemy, then the energy will fill up based on how much damage we created. The more damage you land, the more energy you will collect to unleash the ultimate skill. Each of the waves is pretty short and easy to clear because our main heroes are way too overpowered on the earlier game. Place the hero based on the front lane and also back lane to make your strategy become better. Chat Group. This is a new brand anime gacha game on mobile with an auto features available to select at a certain stage to open it up. I would like to highlight the minus or a negative things first. It's about the gacha rate is pretty small and the developer didn't give a lot of free tickets, which means it's kind of a pay to win gacha game. But it might be too early to indicate that condition because the game is in development right now and not available on global. Hopefully they will update the gacha system to attract more players to become loyal. The game's combat mechanism is pretty easy to learn even if you are a newbie because the energy will recharge automatically once you get into the new turn. The game will show us how the storyline goes with a special scenes animation and very good visualization will easily engage you all to the story. It's kind of a dungeon based or stage based, but each stage will have a different number of waves that we should clear before we get into the new stage. Grand Line Vanguard, another One Piece game that was made by an indie games developer, but the quality it has is really good. Seriously, it's super good for me and perfectly describe how the actual One Piece characters skill. I really appreciate how they keep the identical of the aspect. In combat, it's 100% an auto RPG game. You don't have to worry about the strategy or tactical because the hero will launch a skill randomly anytime without concern about any indicator. So as a player, the only thing we should focus on is developing every character while we have a chance in the main lobby, upgrade the level, make a good preparation equipment, and also advance the hero star level. I realize how many free tickets we'll gain through the mailbox and after clearing a certain mission through achievement point. I feel the gacha rate is pretty interesting. It seems like we will get a guarantee of free 5-star heroes on each 10 pulls. Very good AFK Game RPG, Android and iOS 2025. Fellow Moon. I wish more of the game's developer would do the same as this game, especially on giving a new game experience to the player through a new perspective combat look. So every time the player select an animation, then the point of view will be taken from a different angle. This game is one of the best gacha games because we'll have a lot of storyline, and even we should select a different answer of a certain dialogue, so it will create a different plot twist at the end. The game's combat mechanism is super simple. We should fill up the energy by attacking the enemy with our basic attack, then the gauge meter will recover or recharge little by little. Once it reaches maximum, then you can select a skill that you want to release. The art style is really good with a Japanese style of RPG looks and a very good body shape of each hero. But I wish the developer would reduce the blooming effect to make the visual way more sharper. Honestly, the gacha rate is just so-so, but I would like to put it on the list for a different reason that I have mentioned. Digimon source code. This is the only Digimon game I have found on the mobile platform, but honestly I don't know exactly what the official developer are thinking about. Why don't they launch the game on the Play Store? Even we all know how massive the fans of a Digimon game in the world. On many platforms like in the console or PC, this franchise always attract the fans and play it. I can't imagine how the game will get so much respect once the game launches globally on a mobile platform. I think the developer should start on thinking to create a good one, especially on gacha. This is a turn-based system where the player will have an option to play auto mode or manually, but I didn't see any difference between those modes and I prefer to play in autoplay because the Digimon will unleash the best skill that's available to release. It doesn't have any weaknesses or counter element mode, which is really newbie friendly. You can do a little exploration on a small area while in the lobby and meet the other player. Anchor Panic. Let me tell you before you download this game, because there is an interesting fact that all players should know. If Anchor Panic becomes the most downloaded gacha game on Bilibili apps, which is on Chinese regional, it's about time to let this RPG launch globally to Play Store and App Store. The graphics are absolutely top level, even the game size is really affordable for any phone specification and should run the game smoothly. This is one of the best new gacha based and also autoplay game in anime art style. Even the skill showcase is absolutely interesting. I wonder why the developer decided to create all of the heroes as a female gender. Surely, this kind of game is good to play for a player who is looking for a waifu. Every character has a good looking and charming appearance. The game combat mechanism is playable in auto mode, but the gacha rate needs more attention in the future update to get a high tier hero. Ultimate Hero Class. This game is well represent an anime game that's pretty similar with My Hero Academia. It's because this game is not officially made, but it was made by an indie games developer, and trust me, the UI, graphic and visualization is really similar with the other anime game that I have ever seen on mobile. So I would highly suggest you all not to spend any single penny on it. The game's combat mechanism is fully an auto game. You just need to leave the pawn away from you and let the game play by itself and decide about the hero section automatically. Either that is a basic attack or a skill. I really love how the game runs and I would like to play it once they decide to release globally. I didn't find any single issues, everything runs smoothly and amazingly. Even the game's skill animation is absolutely top level and I will compare it with the anime and it is truly magnificent. As a gacha game, we'll get so many strong characters easily through a free gacha ticket and also free rerolls as a gift of a newbie player. Bonus, Re Memento White Shadow. For the last game of this list, I would like to represent the newest gacha game on mobile right now, and it's totally good to play if you would like to play a game with a semi-autoplay. I mean, once you would like to explore the area, then you should navigate manually, but once you are already in the combat, you can manage it as an autoplay combat and speed up the gameplay twice faster. With a great panorama and far view distance is enough to let you enjoy a fantasy world in a AAA quality. These all are the best new autoplay and gacha game RPG on mobile and playable with AFK mode. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.